think that'll do. Hello everyone, my name is Progress, used to be known as Surplus, and I actually went through a little bit of a rebrand on the channel if you didn't notice that already, but that's not what we're here for, so let's get into the real topic of this video. Today's topic is going to actually be on somebody different than what the title says. That's right, I content cop reverse switcherooed you guys. This video is actually going to be on the content creator known as INabberTV.
Somebody call the fucking doctor! Think I've been a pussy, bet that gussy. She want the whole game, but they know
Nah, this isn't actually going to be on INabber. It's actually on Kwite. I'm sorry, Fraser. Odds are you know who Kwite is if you came to watch this video, and that's probably one of the only reasons why you are here in the first place. But just in case you don't know who he is, I'll try and give you guys a little bit of a rundown on what his content is and, like, who he is, you know. Alright, so try and imagine Drama Alert, but every video is just one topic that's stretched out to 10 minutes. It's not as entertaining as Drama Alert, and it's hosted by somebody who has a completely blank background. The only way you can tell what type of emotion they have is through their voice, which is somehow a mixture of being boring, yet extremely annoying and loud at the same time.
In the last few days, it's great, really. RiceGum does a straightforward Fortnite strip video.
I'm actually thinking, like, there's this very popular game called Fortnite. I'm not a gamer,
You liar, RiceGum!
Oh my god.
And also, out of nowhere, he swings around a random prop in his hand while he makes his videos the entire time, or like shoves it right in the camera. That's basically who Kwite is. He's... I don't get it. Oh, and he also makes completely unnecessary videos on the iDubbbz Content Cop series that basically just reassure points that everyone already knew. I had to mention that because people were probably going to be wondering if I was ever going to talk about that, and yes, I do.
But all of that aside, welcome back to another video with either iDubbbz or Content Cop in the title.
See guys, it's funny because he's self-aware. Get the joke?
Well, fucking laugh.
So before I go off on you for however long this video actually ends up being, I think that I should actually tell you some things that I do like about your content, Kwite, because I do think that there are some things you do right, but there's just a lot you do wrong. I really did enjoy your video on the Martinez twins because I did find it educational, as well as actually gave you a lot of insight as to what actually happened between Jake Paul and the Martinez twins during not even just the time that they were at the Team 10 house, but what happened afterwards as well, because not all of that information was like super, you know, thrown out there to the public, Drama Alert style. You actually went and searched through a half an hour long video, and you went to other videos to get other sources as well, which I did really enjoy because it showed you put more time and effort into your work. And yes, I know that this video was from over 4 months ago, but it's the only one I could find that I liked, okay? I do actually enjoy your video quality as well. Although that's not a specific part that you have done, I do like that you've gone out of your way to make sure that your content looks nice. And I do generally like the idea of the location you're filming in. Although I do find it very bland right now, I do find that it is a nice space to record in, and it doesn't feel like too far away or too close, or that the walls are too, like, closing in on you, or any claustrophobic stuff. I do like the location that you've chosen to film in. Aside from that, I don't really find there's a whole lot more about your content that I can say. I mean, I do think that you have potential to grow as a content creator, and that is why I'm intending to make this video, is to try and help you realize the mistakes that you've made. Also, I just wanted to put this little precursor in on the video that yes, I do understand that Kwite's channel, as of recording and writing this video, he does not have it monetized or signed to a network of any kind. The other thing is, though, is that I know Kwite's not an idiot. I know he plans to eventually monetize his channel and join a network, so the reason why his videos are still going to be 10 minutes long is because he knows that as soon as he joins a network and can monetize, all of his videos will be able to get like extra ad space on them because they were 10 minutes long. So I'm going to make that a point, okay? So you know that I've said it now. Alright. With this section, I really feel bad in a way for having to talk about this kind of stuff, but it really makes me wonder if you are one of the most ignorant people in the world when it comes to what the value of money is. You have people who love your content to the extent where they're willing to give you actual money in return and say, like, we want to support you for what you're creating for us, and you're taking that money and you're basically scamming these people because the reward tiers you have on your Patreon are some of the worst, and you know, just the biggest joke I've ever seen. So let me go over the reward tiers with you guys so you can understand the same page that I'm on right now with why I'm so upset with Kwite. So at the $1 tier, I'm not expecting you're giving anything away. It just says straight up that you're not going to get anything for it, and I completely understand that because, you know, you can't just, it's just $1. The most I would expect maybe is that some people might like message the person saying, oh, thank you for donating, but I don't expect that out of you, so that's fine. In the $5 tier for Kwite's Patreon, you get to have an exclusive role in his Discord, which, as a lot of people should know by this point, that has no value at all. I understand that these people are donating, but I do want to make it a point that the Discord role in Kwite's server at least has no role other than to just say, hey, I gave money to this guy. There's no reason to have it. It's not special to have the role. At the $10 tier is where I start to get a little bit upset, and that's because Kwite has chosen to say that he will put you in the description of his videos if you donate the $10. You also will get the previous rewards, which, like I said, is just a Discord role and then nothing else. So far for $10, which is quite a bit of money because it is a monthly service. If you don't remember, Patreon is monthly. You're paying $10 a month right now to just be in the description of this guy's videos. At the $20 reward tier, the next upgrade that you get added to the package, I guess you could call it, is you get a voice line. It's very vague, I would say, like with the description as to what that means. All it says is that you get a personalized voice line, so whether that means that he just like records with his phone or his mic and just says something random, like you might get him to do a copy pasta thing where you just like get him to read out a bunch of random stuff. I'm not 100% sure on that, but, you know, for $20, that's already starting to get a little bit, like, high up there, but, you know, okay, I can still see that. Once again, though, you do get the previous reward tiers, but, like I said, you get in the description of his videos that you actually are a donator to his Patreon, then the $5 getting the Discord role, and at $1 getting nothing. At the $30 reward tier, you get to be a mod in his streams, whether it be on YouTube or Twitch. The reason why this is bad is because you're allowing people to basically pay to work for you.
Well, I know a lot of people who give out moderations for free because there is no value in moderation. That's a fucking job. It's a fucking job to be a moderator, for Christ's sake.
But the other bad thing is that since this is a monthly subscription, if they continue paying, you don't know how good this person is at being a moderator for streams. They could be completely terrible, but you can't just fire them because that is their reward. For $30, if they keep doing that, they could be the worst moderator in the world, but you have to let them stay on the stream because they are paying you. Unless you say you can't just keep refunding them, because if you just keep refunding them, then people are going to get mad. Because the point of that reward tier is supposed to be that you get to be a mod. The other issue with this reward tier as well is the fact that you don't get all of the previous rewards. With this one, you actually only will get the $1 to $10. So you get to be a mod for his streams, which, like I said, is actually basically paying him for work. But then the other rewards, like I said, now all you get is you don't get the voice line at $20. So to put this plain and simple, every month that you pay, you'll be able to be a mod in his streams, you'll also get to be in the description of his videos, and you will get to have the Discord exclusive role, which, so far, none of this is adding up to $30. Then it gets worse somehow. And now we get onto the $50 reward tier. For $50, the thing that he has listed at the top is you will get to be followed by him on Twitter.
Oh my god! I get to be followed by Kwite on Twitter for $50? What is the $1 million tier where Kwite just punches me in the fucking head a bunch of times and steals all my money? That's the one I want. I want $1 million tier.
No, but seriously, really marketing the fact that you'll follow people, once again with the thing about the streams, the reason why it's an issue, you can't just follow these people because they're giving you money. You follow people because they actually have stuff you're interested in, because then who knows what you're doing. It just says you're going to follow them on Twitter, but what if they're a super fan and they're hoping you're going to like everything that they post or something like that? That's not going to happen, because odds are you're going to either like mute what they're saying, or you're going to mute their retweets or something, because they're going to get annoying, because now they're just going to be tweeting at you all the time or trying to message you all the time. You can't just sell your follow. And yes, there is another thing you actually get with the $50. I'd fucking hope to God, yes, you do get something else. But what that is another thing that's very vague. It says that you'll get a personalized video clip made by himself. With it being so vague, I don't know if he's just gonna like pull out his phone and he's gonna be like, oh, hey, Jimmy and, I don't fucking know. Jimmy and Cassandra, I hope you're having a great time. Gucci gang, Gucci gang. Remember that time I showed you how Adam McLean in the video, love you guys. Like, I don't know if it's gonna be like that, or if it's gonna be like a video where you get his full, like, backdrop type thing. The backdrop being literally a blue wall. But if you get him in front of his camera, and then he'll just, like, read out stuff that you've got him to say, or if you want him to just, like, you know, hold random props and do a specific type of thing. I don't know how that'll work, because it's very vague. But yeah, once again, like I said, that's for $50. You're getting a video. It doesn't specify the length of it, and it does say with the voice clip and the video clip thing, it's within reason. The second last part as to why the $50 reward tier is so bad is because the previous rewards are renewable every month, like I said. This reward tier, you can only choose to redeem the video once. Yeah, you know the fact that you just paid $50 every month? Oh yeah, that's nothing. You know, giving somebody away $50 out of your bank account, which somebody actually is doing currently, and I have a screenshot to show that there is one person who's on his Patreon list for that. Oh yeah, $50 a month? Who cares the fact that they're giving you so much money? You can only get one video clip. Don't be so greedy. And then the final reason, of course, is obviously like the last reward tier being the $30 one. The $50 one does not give you everything off of the rewards. All you get is from the $1 to $20, and maybe that's not a bad thing in this case, because at least you don't have to moderate his streams when you're paying him for it. But so the first month, you get his follow, you get a clip from a video, like you get a video clip from him, then you get the voice line thing, and then you also will get to have the description of his video, and then just the Discord role. But then immediately after the first month, you lose the only things that mattered in the $50 reward tier at all, and you're left with basically just the other stuff. So you might as well just start, as soon as you pay him the once for $50 a month, you might as well just go back to only paying the $20, because you don't get anything new every month. That's the thing with the $50 reward tier. It doesn't make sense. Kwite does not post anything ever. You don't even get, like, a thing. I know that iNabberTV does this. I know I mentioned him at the beginning, but I will use him as an example for this. But for his patrons, they actually get to see his videos, I believe, an hour before they air, like, on YouTube, which I know isn't a huge thing, but it's something. It's something at least that, you know, he's saying, okay, you are giving me money, you get to view the video an hour before anybody else. That's still kind of cool. It's still something, I'd say, at least. Jesus. Alright, now I want to take the time to actually go over what Kwite's Patreon should look like. I think first off, he needs to completely remove the $50 tier. There's nothing that you make in your content. I don't care if it's that, oh, they're allowed to donate what they're allowed to donate. Like, if they want to give me $50, what's stopping them? I think you as a person need to morally look at this and say, there is no reason that I would need $50 a month from somebody. So yeah, $50 tier, completely swipe that out. When it comes to the $30 tier, I think you need to also as well remove the thing that you have where people can be a mod in your stream if they pay you money. Because, like I said, you need to have maybe some friends who are willing to moderate your stream. Do a thing where instead, you know, you moderate their streams, they moderate your streams. Because then you actually know that they're going to try and do a good job on it, because then the way that they act for your stream moderation will be equally paid off with how you do for theirs. Once again, like the follow thing, you shouldn't be putting a monetary value on, like, something like somebody literally has to pay you to work for you for free. I think you need to move the video thing to be the $30 reward tier, and say you'll do like a maximum of a 3 to 5 minute feature in somebody's video if they give you the $30 a month. Also, going down to the $20 tier, I think that the voice clip you should specify more. I hope to God that you're actually compressing the audio, and that you're equalizing the audio, that you're not just giving them raw footage or raw filing.
It's Mr. Boombastic. Oh, yeah, okay, that sounds good. That's good.
I also think you should be giving it to them in MP3 and in a WAV file, because that is also important. With the $10 one, this is an obvious fix. Put them in the description if you want, but put them at the end of your video too. Really? How hard would it be for you to take the time out of your day to just copy and paste a whole list of the people who are your patrons, and just list them at the end of the video, and then show like a little thing that says like, oh, $5, $10, $20, and $30 donor, or whatever, and then just list their name like across the thing. Like, and with the $5 tier, make it please, like I said, that iNabber does, or like Hyojin does, where you actually have a reason to be a Discord rank, or a reason to actually want to give money to the Patreon, because then you'll unlock unreleased content or early access content. So it's like, oh, well, a day before the video's aired, or oh, an hour before the video's aired, you'll get to see it. Do something so it's actually worth it for the people who are trying to, like, give you money. I feel like something that's important that not only me, but also your friends and the rest of the community are thinking as well, is why are your videos 10 minutes long? I feel like I'm on repeat all the time with these, like, commentary channels that always seem to move to reaction commentary or talking about, like, stupid topics, is that there's always this trend of me asking, why? Like, why does it have to be 10 minutes? As I've said before, your videos are taking one topic from Drama Alert, and I know that not every single video is, but I'm gonna get to that in a little bit as to why they're not all just Drama Alert topics. But you take one topic, you stretch it all the way out to 10 minutes, and it doesn't make any sense. You don't have content to support 10 minutes. I know that you could easily fit more than one topic into a video because I know somebody like ML Joe does that himself. But he takes like a bunch of topics from that week and he talks about them all at once in a video, and it doesn't even hit 10 minutes. That's the beautiful thing of it, is he still can add his opinion in, say what he wants to, and it doesn't even hit 10 minutes. But you take one topic and somehow stretch it to 10 minutes. How does that work? I don't even have an issue myself with just 10-minute long videos in general. I actually think that some 10-minute long videos or longer than 10-minute long videos are really entertaining and good, but the thing is that you need content to support that over 10 minutes. You take somebody who's a great creator that everybody talks about, like iDubbbz, his bad unboxing videos, most of them don't ever hit 10 minutes long, and if they do, he had to put a lot of time into making it hit that amount of time. But the entire video is entertainment. There's not a single moment where you're just sitting there and you're like, wow, that was boring. You're watching it and you're entertained. Whereas with your content, it just seems like a repeat over and over and over again, where either you're reusing like old jokes or you're just doing stupid stuff that doesn't make any sense, that's not relevant to the video. You need to have content to support 10 minutes if you're gonna have a 10-minute video. I also feel like there's a lot of times where you really push the boundaries in your videos of what needs to be explained, and then that's why sometimes you actually hit 10 minutes when you shouldn't. Like in your Rice Gum Did a Strip Challenge video, you spent the first half of it basically just explaining what a strip challenge was, and then the rest of it was just basically showing footage from the strip challenge or like making jokes about it. Also, the first 40 seconds of that video was a comedy skit where you decided to put up soundproofing foam that was like way out of frame, and you like angled your camera up, you put like 5 pieces of soundproof foam that wasn't aligned properly at all, probably drove the people with OCD insane, by the way. Then you ended up just panning the camera back down and you can't even see it in frame anyway, so the point as to why you did any of that made no sense to me. And a point that I want to take from one of your own videos, which was actually talking about attention spans, in that video you said that you wanted to keep the length of your videos away from 10 minutes or like closer like to 5 minutes as possible, because you knew that people's attention spans could not stretch out to be that long anymore unless there was content to support it.
So if you translated this into making shorter, say 2 to 4 minute videos on YouTube, you would be able to keep the entertainment value higher for a larger portion of the video, because overall there's less time that you have to stay entertaining for, and the viewer doesn't have to pay attention for as long. Sick! That being said, my format is far from flawless, seeing as how it can be hard for me to watch 10-minute videos, much less make them.
And now, you just go off the handle with that. You make videos that are like 12 and 13 minutes long, when they're just, you're talking about like 3-minute long videos. And in that same attention spans video, you also mentioned the fact that you said that if you were to make a long video or a short video, they would take about the same amount of time to make for you.
One solution that I and a lot of other YouTubers used is to try and keep videos on the short side. While some of my videos do lean closer to the 10-minute mark, a lot of them don't even reach the 5-minute mark. All the same, there's a good chance that those 5-minute videos had just as much work put into them as those 10-minute videos.
Which, in my opinion, makes it sound like you're saying that your content that's longer is actually going to be worse than your content that's shorter. Because you're going to be, rather than spending time actually like focusing and hitting on main points, you're gonna be just barely able to scrape surface level shit. Same with the editing. Also, from that same video, I'm so confused as to what happened with the Right Opinions feature. Why is it in like a tiny little box on the screen? That made no sense to me. It was like, I was so confused while watching it. I was like, wait, is it gonna zoom in or something? Like, what's gonna happen? And no, it's like you literally just dragged the clip into your video editor, and you're like, yeah, that looks perfect. I'm gonna leave it like that. You also seem to have this weird obsession with just hopping on every trend that exists or anything that's going on. You just have to make a video on it or do something similar to it. I'm talking about where you see something is getting popular, so you try and replicate it yourself and it doesn't work at all, and you're just trying to do it to get views. One of the biggest things I would say is like where you try to steal Triggered Tro style of talking about Dr. Phil videos. It's like, Why are you doing that? That is not your style. Be like, oh yeah, that style of content's doing really well right now, let me copy that. It just looks trashy because it's not your style of content. So when all of a sudden, out of nowhere, it just appears on your channel, it's blatant as to what you're doing. It's not like you're not even trying to hide it. And you didn't even do it with just that. It was supposed to be like the Febreze video where the woman is like addicted to eating Febreze or whatever. You clearly were trying to emulate the style that the YouTuber like Benji and Aiden Projects do. I know you didn't use gameplay or anything like that, but your face cam is the equivalent to gameplay, and I'll explain why it is later when I talk about your persona. Oh, but it's not content stealing, guys, because he is making it his style, cause he does the thing where he waves his hand around. That means it's his style. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I was wrong.
Yeah, shut up.
You've got some, what I'd call, questionable videos on your channel, to say the least, I guess. The one where you try to do a reaction commentary style for the Jake Paul It's Everyday Bro remix featuring Gucci Mane. In that, you literally stop Jake Paul when he just has only said 3 words. All he says in the music video so far is, "It's everyday bro."
It's everyday, bro.
Jake, I'm gonna stop you there for just a quick second. Somehow your vocals from the original It's Everyday Bro have gotten worse. Your flow's better, but it sounds like you've just gotten your tonsils taken out. Get that checked out, dude.
And then you instantly cut in, and you're like,
I can already tell that Jake Paul sounds worse in this than the original song.
it's like, how did you know that? You can't even tell. He sang 3 words. It's not even singing. He's literally said, like, "It's everyday, bro." And then just to keep the theme with the Paul brothers, because apparently you have some kind of obsession with them, Rice Gum and Onision for some reason, as well as iDubbbz occasionally. But you made a video called Logan Paul is at it again. And in that, you tried to in-depthly explain the music video for the Numbers song. And the thing that doesn't make sense about this is the fact that Logan Paul's audience is clearly young, and this video was marketed towards younger people. Don't try and say, like you said in your video, where you're like, oh my god, Logan Paul is swearing in this. This can't be made for kids. I thought he knew his audience was young. It's like, are you stupid? Have you watched a Logan Paul vlog before when everyone was talking about them? Logan Paul swears very often. Yes, he bleeps most of it, but sometimes it gets through and he swears in his stuff. Also, swearing to younger people is pretty big shock value. When a little kid hears somebody say fuck, or they hear them say like, oh shit, or something like that, that's shock value to them, because they can't say swear words. The only time that kids usually say swear words is if it's in a song, and that's their excuse. They're like, oh, I'm not swearing, I'm just saying it because it's in a song. So Logan Paul knows what he's doing. Don't try and say that this isn't, like, meant for kids because he swears in it. Logan Paul swears all the time. The reason I brought this video up specifically as well was because it actually reminded me of a comment, or not a comment, it was a tweet from one of your fans that ended up making you fan art, but attached to that, they made a little bit of a little message thing in it, that you were 50% articulate and then 50% unfrenzied hand-waving. That made me laugh a lot because it made me imagine that, saying, you know what, yeah, he is 50% articulate, but he's explaining things that are for children. Like, how many videos have you made talking about people who are making videos for kids and articulately tried to explain those topics? It's like, are the people who watch you actually, like, are they just really stupid?
You go in there and you sing from the heart.
I wonder if this is how all of Logan's recording sessions go. He just feels out of it anytime he has to force his voice to do something other than scream, and it takes a scrawnier, probably less controversial friend of his to psych him into a mood where he can speak with any form of nuanced passion, but that's just the theory of gravity. Speaking of science,
rest in peace to Stephen Hawking. He will be missed.
Like, I actually have a pretty good idea for you right now, Kwite. This is genius, this is genius. Well, okay, listen to this part. This is gonna help you a lot on your channel. I think that you should actually go through, find, like, children's books, like Robert Munch books, and then say, yo, this guy made books that talked about, you know, a dentist wrapping, like, the kid's tooth with a little wire, putting it to his car, and then driving down the fucking highway. You can't do that. That'll make kids think that they're gonna die and stuff. That means that Robert Munch is he's terrible. Just throw him away. Burn everything and send him to jail. But no, like, that's what it seriously makes it feel like. It's like you're analyzing a children's book and then saying, like, you can't have a children's book that's saying something that's not good and then because it's bad. It's like, what? But yeah, I mean, honestly, I'm not surprised that your 50% articulate side is going towards saying the dumbest shit ever, because you're not 50% articulate. If you were to articulately explain to me, like, what, like, the physics of a black hole was, I'd be like, oh shit, this guy not only does he sound smart, but he is smart. Whereas with this, it's like, whoa, this guy he's in-depthly explaining a Logan Paul video? Oh my god! Your Hannah Stalking isn't funny, and your Lele Pons isn't funny videos, which I hope to god that doesn't become a series again unless you improve on it. Those are, again, another showing that you articulately try to explain content that is made for kids. Not even just kids, maybe just young teens. But at the most, that's what they're going for. When you go over Hannah Stalking and Lele Pons, you put all of your criticisms towards them from one video that you've seen. You also play their videos in their entirety. I don't care if you do a little bit of a reaction in between, you still put them in their entirety through the entire thing. If you look at movie review channels, or you look at anybody like even the Fine Bros channels, none of them fully put the video in its entirety and play the entire thing through. But honestly, you shouldn't be doing that. You should be analyzing a bunch of videos from this person, and then just taking little snippets and analyzing why that specific part in it is stupid, or why the video as a whole is stupid, but, you know, just react to little parts of it. Also, your Hannah Stalking isn't funny video, and your Lele Pons isn't funny video happen to be over twice the length of the original source material that you were basing the videos off of. So you spent 12 minutes and 3 seconds and 11 minutes and 20 seconds explaining videos that were 4 minutes and 40 seconds and 5 minutes and 39 seconds long. So I have no clue how that happened, how you decided to make that big of a jump, because that's what I mean, is that you cut in and added so little, and I know it was going to sound like I was going to say a lot, but you added so little to the conversation, yet somehow managed to, like, double the video's original length. I don't know how or why, but it's just ridiculous to me. Alright, I'm going to stop myself from going through every single one of the videos on your channel, because if I do, I'm just going to end up repeating myself, because all of the stuff that I'm talking about, it just seems like identical across all of your content. Now let's get on to your content cop videos, because those seem to be the ones that people criticize you the most for, which, in all honesty, they're not the worst videos on your channel, but there's definitely a lot of problems with them. And it's sad, because the most viewed video on your channel, it seems to be one of the worst videos on your channel. In the video that's titled, Why You Can't Win Against a Content Cop, the reason why I find it so irritating is because you just use fancy wording to just explain what a content cop is. It doesn't make any sense to me as to why you found this important. You don't have any behind-the-scenes information about, like, iDubbbz or his process behind a content cop. There's nothing that's hiding behind that. I don't understand what the point of this was. You're just telling us stuff we already know. When all your points are actually put down together as to why you can't win against a content cop, the equivalent is really just funneled down to saying,
oh, iDubbbz is too powerful and the things he says cannot be weaseled out of because they're true, so you can't win.
It's like, we get that. We watch the content cops. You didn't see something we didn't. We're looking at the exact same video. I get the reason why a content cop is so powerful is because he uses true things. That's the point of every video, is that you don't just go after things that aren't real or just you're speculating. You go after things that you can visually see. And don't even get me started about your video that was titled, Did the Content Cop Ruin Leafy? Alright, let's just... Oh, the title basically answers itself, because yes, it did. But in the video, the only thing that's added to it is you just say, well, technically it wasn't the content cop that ruined Leafy, it was actually more likely that it was Leafy's response to the content cop being so bad. Then the content deputy happened, and that was a big thing, because then it just debunked all the points that he went against him in the first place with, and then people came out saying, oh, he doesn't pay us properly for editing and stuff, and yeah, all of that, I just saved you like a whole 10 minutes and 2 seconds just by doing that, because that's how long that video was for him to say all of that. Also, 2 minutes and 45 seconds of that video were literally just clips from iDubbbz's channel and Leafy's channel. You just took their responses to each other and used them in like the first Like I said, in the first, like, almost not half the video, obviously, but for the first little bit of the video, it's almost just non-stop of the clips playing. You'll say, like, a comment about something, then you'll let a clip play for, like, 30 to 45 seconds. You're taking the most important parts of their content and just stealing them off of their channels. I don't think it's necessary to explain it then, if they explain themselves better than you can. And if you don't believe me that it was actually 2 minutes and 45 seconds out of his 10-minute and 2-second long video, I'm actually going to put the timestamps somewhere all over the screen, and you can go and watch his video that's about Leafy and the content cop thing, and you can go and check the timestamps that I've listed yourself and see that all of those are literally just clips ripped from other videos. Alright, now this is a very important part, at least to me. I find that Kwite's persona is one of the dumbest and worst planned out things that has ever been created on YouTube. Now yes, that was a little bit of an over-exaggeration because obviously it's not the worst thing that's ever been created, but I will say in terms of persona, it's terrible. There could be literally any person who just hops into a green hoodie, puts on a medical mask and sunglasses, and you could look exactly like Kwite. We're doing this, okay? I told you guys we're gonna look like— oh my god, I look bald. Wait, do I look more bald? Like that? Oh my god. Hey guys, can you tell that the audio quality has lowered yet, or is that just me? Hello everybody, it is your neighborhood boy Kwite. My forehead is large. Oh, I just fogged up my glasses. But yeah, I mean, you guys got the basic point of this. It's not a difficult persona to pull off, and really it probably took him like all of 5 minutes to figure out. And also, I can feel that the audio sounds more papery. Like, I can just hear it in my own ears right now, so I can't imagine what this is gonna sound like in post-editing, but I'm not gonna like it at all. Holy fuck, how does he breathe in this thing? I keep having to breathe in and breathe out, and I suck into the mask. Like, when you made your persona, it's almost as if you thought of, what could I do that would be able to make it so that I could get the worst audio quality possible while still doing a face cam? Like, I'm gonna say this right now, it is very apparent that the only reason why that you don't just not show your face is because you know that face cam videos are easier to edit. And don't you dare try and use the excuse of, oh, but the reason why I'm doing it isn't because I'm just lazy with editing, it's because I just don't have the time to do it, guys. That's why. It's all coming back to me now. It's because I don't have the time. Well, that would work if it wasn't for the fact that not that long ago, you made a video called Why I Quit YouTube, and in that video you said the reason why you couldn't make one video every 2 weeks was because you didn't have enough time to be able to do it.
Among these tweets was me saying I quit making videos, which was not a joke. As far as I'm aware, I'm done making videos for this channel. All of you know there have been month-long breaks between uploads when videos like my facecam ones should really only have taken a week to make tops, assuming that I have other responsibilities like school. Well, part of it was going to school and work taking up most of my time. Whenever I did have a spare moment, it was a drag to force myself to write a script, and another dredge to go and record, and yet another to sit still and cut down an hour of footage to roughly 5 to 8 minutes of video. That's not to say that making my videos in particular was the hardest thing in the world, because it really wasn't, but it was time consuming and tedious, and because of my already strained resource of time, I was struggling to make, and sometimes I had to make a decision of whether I wanted to work on a video to get it out on time, or if I wanted to talk to one of my friends for the first time in 2 months.
Huh. Weird how you went from being able to only make one video every 2 weeks to making like 5 videos every single week. So, I think you found a little bit of extra time here. I think somebody's worked on their time management a little bit. So if you try and use that I don't have time tactic, I'm gonna say don't upload 5 days a week, and maybe you'd be able to actually edit your videos a little bit. And now, of course, I have to make fun of your dumb prop swinging thing, because it's one of the most outrageous things that I've seen. I've never really seen somebody go so far with their content of being so lackluster with personality that they literally think that swinging an object around while going like this is going to make their content any better. I actually asked people what they thought like was an important point to make against you, and the most voted point by people that I asked was they always said that they felt like you did the prop thing because you had so little personality because of the mask and not being able to show your face, that you basically use these props as a way to just distract people from the fact that they don't see your face. Oh, I don't want to show my face, so look at this other thing swinging around. This is really cool, guys. And just for this part alone, I'm gonna be making sure, I'm gonna hold up just to show you how amazing it is to just have the background noise of random shit swinging around in the background while you're doing a video. I decided to go out and get Sonic the Hedgehog 11-piece value pack from the dollar store in my area. But yeah, so imagine if the entire time during the video, I was just going like this. So every time I wanted to make a point, I'd be like, yeah, okay, so the reason why Kwite is so annoying is because when he swings his props around, you can actually still hear them making noise, or you can visually see how distracting it is. You get what I'm saying with this? Does anybody else see this, or is it just me? Like, I just want to say right now that when you do stuff like this and swing props around, it makes it seem like you give less of a fuck about what you're talking about than I give actually watching you talk about it. I'm done with this prop because it's probably making my audio sound like garbage. No matter how bad the rest of your content is, which is terrible by the way, there will be nothing that matches the fact that you showed people on your channel how to make lean.
I was just getting over a cold yesterday, and then I immediately managed to catch another one, so my throat hurts like shit, and this turtleneck is not helping at all. Luckily, I have a homemade remedy to help soothe my throat. I'm actually gonna say this for later.
Kwite is in possession of illegal narcotics as stated by the federal and state law. It is illegal to own, create, or consume lean, as it contains the ingredient known as codeine, which is a controlled substance across the UK, US, and Canada. Not only is the footage of Kwite creating lean against YouTube Terms of Service, it's actually illegal and can be used against him in a court of law to send him to jail or federal prison. Codeine is marked as a Schedule II drug, meaning it has a high probability of addiction. This would mean Kwite would be looking at a minimum of $1,000 fine and approximately 1 year in a federal prison for the first time offense, but more could be added to his sentence due to him showing an audience online. If he were to say something like this instead, like, where it was like, oh yeah, you guys know that I'm super thug and stuff, but I'm sick right now, so I gotta switch up what I'm doing. And then, you know, you didn't show any of the bottling or anything like that, and you, like, blurred out, like, as the joke, you blurred it out of you actually doing it and stuff, and then had Gucci Gang playing, maybe I would see something, like, a little bit different with that. But the fact that you just straight up had Gucci Gang playing in the background, you're like, let's get it, let's get it, let's get it, let's get it. And you're just basically, you're literally just mixing your cough syrup with your Sprite and shit, and then you can see you mixing it, and then you're like, oh yeah, no, he's like, I'm gonna save this for later. And then that's what I'm saying is you replayed it in another video.
Oh yeah, throwback to that one time I had a sore throat and I made lean in the video as a gag for it. Luckily, I have a homemade remedy to help soothe my throat. I'm actually gonna say this for later.
I didn't actually drink the lean though, because that stuff's bad for you.
You had the original video it was in, and then in a future video, you put it back out there. It's like, did you think it was a funny enough joke to not only do once, but twice? Because you don't know if there's somebody out there who, like, knows what lean is, like, as a concept, that it's a drug or something, but they just don't know what it actually is made out of, and then they just see you making this, and they're like, oh, okay, it's that easy? And then they end up just deciding, well, if Kwite showed it on his YouTube channel, it probably isn't too bad. And it's like, no, this thing kills hundreds, if not thousands of people every year from overdosing on it. And not only that, has been proven to, like, just straight up mess with people's brains. You have, like, the hardest of hardcore rappers saying that this stuff is dangerous and that they won't do it.
Don't do lean. Please don't do lean, bro. That shit is liquid heroin.
Under different context, this would have worked. You did it very badly. Take the videos down that have any mention of you showing how to make the lean, because that is the dumbest thing ever. Just take them down. Now, Kwite, there's something you really need to understand here, okay? I don't need an acknowledgement from you of any kind. I don't want a response video made by you. I don't even care if you send a tweet towards my face or if you just send me a DM of any kind. I don't care about any of that. I'm not here to just try and make a friendship with you or build off of a friendship that we had in the past. I'm here to make you understand that your content is getting terrible. You need to realize I talked with many people before making and while making this video, and all of them have said that you have such potential, but it's so wasted with the fact that all you can get your head wrapped around is, oh, what's trending, or oh, I need to put a video out every 2 days or every 1 day. Like, that's the problem, is you're getting to the point where you're focused more on putting out content rather than just doing it for the love of making content. Your videos need to be crafted, like, way better than they are now. You need to put more time into your editing, and I think you need to put more time into actually scripting what you're going to say, because a lot of the stuff you say in your videos doesn't end up making sense, like I mentioned in this video. I really hope that you find a way to improve from this video, because honestly, I think you really should. The point of this is to also entertain. I know I'm making a very long video, so I have to add entertainment value to this somehow. I can't just, you know, say,
oh, beep bop boop, Kwite equals bad.
And hey, maybe we can come back to this video in like a couple months or even a month from now and see just how much you've improved your content in Patreon since I made this video, and maybe it'll actually be a good thing that I took literally a month, no joke, a month of research and working on this project for you to actually change your content up a little bit. So, hey, maybe it'll be good.
Loud does not equal funny, and random does not equal funny. So sitting there screaming
Content Coop, kill career.
Did you guys know you don't know what they are?
That's not funny.
Yeah, we taking it old school. Classified type beat. That's literally what this is. Mystery man, unfold your sunglasses and react for the fam. You suck at this practice and rewards are a scam. You try to distract us while you're waving your hands. Sentence abstract is your garbage at rants. This sentence attract is where the fuck are your pants? You try to attack us cause your voice is in a chant. Falling off of your axis, you're dumber than your friends. How is it possible that you even got a name? I watched all of your videos and it happened when insane. Really wanna take a look and see if you even got a brain. All the people I've talked to said your content's fucking lame. It's not just one, it's not just two. More than 70,000 people saw you make me with the flu. I'd start to get a bit worried now if I was being you. I'd be taking down the video before the strike goes through. How did you manage to cause so much damage? Rip content off better than a mom with a bandage. I could be crazy, hell, I could be wrong, but your content looks lazy. You should stick to being gone. Don't gotta be perfect, just gotta be worth it. Almost at 100K, fuck, you really don't deserve it. Take a 4-minute topic and stretch it out to 10, somewhere longer than the source. Why am I watching you again? Mystery man, unfold your sunglasses and react for the fam. You suck at this practice and rewards are a scam. You try to distract us while you're waving your hands. Sentence abstract is your garbage at rants. This sentence attract is where the fuck are your pants? You try to attack us cause your voice is in a chant. Falling off of your axis, you're dumber than your friends. Explain the content cop, should've read the book yourself. If there was more that needed to be said, he would've said it himself. Act like you're adding something new, keep the book on the shelf. Only people who watch this, dude, they gotta be fucking 12. Not trying to go in hard on any of your fans, but why is it so hard to draw a normal pair of hands? If you thought you'd keep this up, you better fucking change your plans. It's a challenge for you, think it's time you could expand. When it comes down to this, I'm sorry, but I have to say, first of all, you're looking pretty bad. It's not something I have to do, I'm having fun doing this, cause I get to fucking roast your ass. If you wanna gain respect again and have support from your friends, I think you need to choose a different path. Your titles answer your own videos before I have to go, it's really not complicated math. And that's it. I mean, for the most part. You still gotta fix your content though. Like, I'm serious, this stuff.